We're back in Nipomo, California looking for the unfindable gemstone, Nipomo Marcasite. Pretty cool. Here's what the gemstone looks like. Golden marcasite plumes encased in white agate chalcedony. It's very rare. You used to be able to only find it in one place in the entire world, Nipomo, California. You can find it in the quarries, you can find it even in the bean fields, but you can't find it anymore. And to learn the reason why, we're going to have to dig into the town's history. Nipomo was originally a farming town, and the farmers who founded it used to pull this stuff out of the ground in boulders. But the farmers would just throw this stuff away. This was garbage to them because it was in the way of them plowing their crop. And as these bean farmers were tossing this stuff out, some jewelry makers came in and said, hey, this stuff could be valuable. So then the farmers got smart, and in the 40s and 50s, they started charging people to come and dig on their land. Which is more than fair. If they were still offering that, I'd be lining up for them to take my money. However, that's when the trouble started. As the rock grew in popularity, thieves would come into this private land, they'd help themselves, they would trample on crops. So these rock thieves would trespass on their land, they'd trample the crops, they'd leave the cattle gates open, which led them to close down operations for good. So yes, you cannot find this rock anymore. Not that it's mined out necessarily, but the place where you can get it is off limits. So what makes me think that I can actually find it still? Two things. Number one, geography. This is a map of the water table of Nipomo. This is where all the water comes from and where it flows to. Since the gemstone deposit is closed, then what I'm going to do is look for different creeks and waterways that pass through that deposit, then link up with them downstream when they pass through public land, and then hunt that area. This can actually be a really effective way of rock hounding. I've had some success with it in the past, and you don't have to trespass. And the second thing that I'm going to take into account is history. After doing some research about this gemstone, I found out that they used to line the levee of the canal with this marcasite until they found out that this marcasite deteriorates and they took it out and replaced it with limestone. But what are the odds that they removed it all? Like, some of it's got to still be here. So now that the waterway is dry, I'm going to go down there and see if I can find the unfindable. So here I am at the Santa Maria River. It's the river that just runs south of the town. It's public land. All the water table goes through this river, so the odds are good. Some of it could have been washed by the rain down the river over the years. The reason why this gemstone is so valuable is because the golden marcasite in the middle usually breaks down very easily. But because it's been encased in that agate, it's going to stick around for a long time, giving it this really beautiful look. Since I know that the marcasite was removed from the canal and replaced with limestone because it was deteriorating, that tells me I'm looking for a rock that's coming apart. So this rock is definitely coming apart. It's brittle, and there's that white vein of minerals in the middle. It's basalt rock, which is what agate normally comes in, and if I split this in half, there's a good chance that it could be inside here. I think this might be it. Now, if this white is calcite, then it's probably not it. But if it's agate, we're in business. I think that's another one right there. This could be wishful thinking, or it could be the real thing. The only real way to know is to take it home, chop it open, and see what we got. So let's do it. Only one way to find out. Okay, so these are the pieces that I think could be it. Could have the agate and the marcasite in it. I see some nice white veins. If I open it up, if there's gold in there, then we got it. I like how there's a lot of iron on it. I like how there's rust here. That is a telltale sign of marcasite. It's fragile, it's brittle, it's breaking apart. Also very good. We don't need the outside, we just need the inside. And when I zoom in, you can actually see a little bit of that gold. Okay, this is very exciting. We might actually have it in this specimen. It's got all the signs. It's got the marcasite on the top, it's got the vascular basalt, and it's got that strike of white calcite on the top. You see all that on the outside of the white? There's a couple little flecks of gold. It kind of looks like pyrite. Do you see it there? Yes, now there it is, and we hope that that is inside of the agate rather than just like outside on the basalt. So let's smash this open, let's cut into this vein. Moment of truth. Okay, I've made some cuts to the smaller piece, and unfortunately that was only skin deep. You can see golden marcasite on one side and white agate on the other, but not mixed together. Let's check out the bigger piece now. So now that I've opened this thing up, we can see there's a nice strike down the middle there, and some nice marcasite again on either side. But I don't think that's agate, I think that's calcite. And that's not quite gonna preserve that marcasite in the middle. So it looks like I lugged that huge boulder all the way back for nothing. Which happens quite often, actually. See, there's the golden marcasite right there. I guess it's kind of cool to find marcasite, like in and of itself. It's going to deteriorate very fast. Marcasite has a very short shelf life. It turns to sand very quickly, which is why this Nipomo Marcasite, which the marcasite inside of the agate, which is why that is so cool, why that's so valuable. So we used history and geography of the water table to find an unfindable gemstone, which remains unfindable. I'm still going to take this stuff, I'm going to throw it in my rock tumbler, I'm going to see what comes out. It's probably not going to look like this, but the search continues. This is rockhounding. This is why I do what I do. This is what I love to do.
Well, no luck this time, but I like a challenge, so I'll keep looking.
The hunt for Nipomo Marcasite continues. Pretty cool.